Welcome back, everybody. It's Gotham Dragon. I hope you're doing well. Happy summer. I've just graduated from high school and I'm going off to community college. And meanwhile, I decided to work yet again on this world, which is already 4 years old since I started. I started a really long time ago, and yeah, a lot has changed since the last 2 months. I've started more development on this island with new buildings and also the City Hall District island on the other side of the water that way. Today also marks exactly 10 years since Batman Arkham Knight released worldwide on June 23rd of 2015. So yeah, happy birthday to Batman Arkham Knight. I was 8 years old when the game came out. Anyway, this is a new building. I like how I like how the white looks. It's really hard to get white into the city because I always try to make it look as gothic as possible. And when you use white, you have to be careful because then it's gonna look out of place. So I would say this building is it has a really good use of white in it, unlike the Olympus Club, which is just, it looks alien compared to the rest of the city. And my excuse is that this building is really ancient. Like, it's 4 years old. I don't build like this anymore, okay? I don't build like this anymore, and I have no plans to demolish it, nothing. It's gonna stay there. It's a historic relic of my past building style, so I don't want to move or just touch it in general. So this is a good use of the color white. A underdeveloped building was here and I decided to get rid of it and I built this one instead. It's right next to the liquor store. I've been told that the scaling is kind of weird considering the fact that it's really close to really tall skyscrapers. But at the same time, if I made this building really tall, like, the ones that surround it, then it's gonna make this one look weird because it's gonna be a really small building in the middle of a skyscraper fest. So I decided to, have a short building, but still slightly taller than the liquor store, which is right next door. And I also remodeled or rebuilt the fence here. Whew, and I added another fence here. So this is this is a really current building, a really recent building that I've built. So yeah, that's basically it on this side of the island. But the newest thing that I'm currently building and have not finished just yet is, you might notice that building over there, and that building is new. I'll tell you what it is and what its purpose is supposed to be. But first, one of my school friends, he was nice enough to move these buildings on this side of the island. So this small building here, the black one, and then the one with bricks, and then this uneven one here, this was all over here on this side. But I've decided to move the buildings on this side to develop this area, which has a really big gap with no buildings. It's always really hard to find cool building designs to build here. And I say that because this is where the city started I don't build like this anymore. Like, this is outdated. Like, I would never build anything like this ever in my lifetime. So I got rid of a lot of buildings and I decided to keep the ones on the sides. I decided to keep these. Except this one. This one was built by a online friend who I basically gave him the lot here, and he decided to, make his own little design and whatnot. So that's the exception. But everything else is just basically underdeveloped, old style building. One of the newest additions, I mean, a year ago, I did these buildings, which are glued together or like conjoint buildings. I don't know how to describe it. And this building was also done a year ago. So these are like the latest additions to the city, and this one too. But I decided to move the buildings that were here over there because I decided to build a school. Now, it's not finished yet. The majority of the interior, I mean, the exterior is finished, but this is basically an elementary school. So you have a gas station, you have a library, you have a cathedral, you have apartment buildings. You need people, you need kids to go to school. So I built an elementary school. Now the shape is kind of boring. It's an L-shaped, and I decided to make an L-shaped because this area here is going to be where the basketball courts are, the playground, and many other more outside activities for students to participate in. And I had help from an online friend, and thank you very much. Thank you to him, because if it wasn't for him, I designed the whole building, but he helped me out a ton with the tedious work that was the window design and all that. And you can also see the interior of the school. It's basically, the walls are finished. You see the details are finished, but now I just have to move everything in. The hallways, the classrooms, the cafeteria, the main office, the gym, everything, So that's basically what's needed. I did this wall design here, and then my friend here decided to make this gate for me, this arch here, and I think it looks pretty good. So thank you to him, and yeah, hopefully I can finally do an interior. So that's it for this island. So I have the really small building on over there with the tall skyscrapers. I moved these underdeveloped buildings to this side of the island, and I'm currently building a elementary school for, so that's good. And also on this island, there are 2 more buildings that I have recently built, and they're kind of similar in nature, and you'll see what I mean. So this island has been sitting here for like 2 years, and I needed to build something. Like, there's just so much space, and there's a lot of potential. So I decided to just make a really small building for starters, and this one came about. So it has a really unique sidewalk. It's a really wide sidewalk, and I decided to make it like this, and I think it turned out pretty good. I made a pattern going diagonal, so like it's a light source, no light source, and it's a pattern. It's like shifting, it's moving. One is to the left and the other is to the right, left, so stuff like that. It's right next to this building, which yet again I don't build like this anymore. Like, this is a really outdated building style of mine. I don't build like this anymore. And yeah, it's a really flat rooftops. I try to avoid these designs because the flat rooftops look really boring to me, and it's just not good to look at. So now I build my rooftop like this, giving it a little bit of personality. You know, you have an elevator, a door, or stairs coming up here to the rooftop. Detailed floor here with pebbles and cobblestone and all that. We have an antenna here, a smokestack, and this glass here to get some, you know, sunshine in when the sun comes out and all that. So this was pretty successful, right? So I try to take a little bit of what I learned from this design and I applied it to this design. So I just, you know, it's a good design, just make it bigger, better, and more exciting to look at. And I think I did it just perfectly. So, you know, I still borrow some elements like with the trapdoor and the fence like here, but instead of just using this design, I decided to add these circles or like square designs like in the middle, still retaining some of that, but now a little bit different. So it's a hybrid, you know, it shares elements with the one over here, but it also brings something new. So it brings something new to the table, so to speak. And yet again, we have a really big antenna here, and then more glass, the smokestack, the now 2 doors leading up here, and the fans here. And this is a perfect design. And yeah, so I really like the way that this came around. So you can see now they're detailed, and yeah, so now I'm basically paving the way for more buildings to be constructed in this area. So I mean, it's about time. Like I remember last year when I built this, last summer I built this tower, and it took almost a year to build anything on this island yet again. It's almost like an annual thing, like every summer or spring I just have to come over here and add something to the island. Like the summer before I built the tower, this green tower, I built Star Labs, which is right here. And then the summer after that, I built the green tower. And then the spring after that, I built these 2 towers. These 2 buildings, not towers. They're a little short to be called towers, or I don't know. So it's... And also, something that you might notice is that, I mean, it's not really nothing cool, but those islands, those gray islands, there used to be sand on them. But I covered it with, I forgot what it's called, but it's the brown grass, or like where the mushroom islands are, you know, like that type of dirt. That's why it looks like that. It also happens to be the same dirt which the Arkham Island is made out of. So it's that type of material. And that's basically it. You know, 4 new buildings. So there are 2 buildings on the old Gotham Island, and 2 other buildings here. So 4 in total. 2 there and 2 here. The elementary school, the small building surrounded by a lot of skyscrapers, and 2 apartment buildings, or I'm not sure if these are apartment buildings. They could be something important. Like I want to make other type of buildings, not just apartment buildings. So like commercial and whatnot, just so that it wouldn't just be, you know, residential, because there has to be commercial. There has to be, this is where the police department is going to be, the GCPD, the Gotham City Police Department building is going to be here. And it's really hard to find a design, but I do believe that, one day I will finish it and I'll tour it for you guys. And this school is promising because unlike the police station, which is kind of more my imagination of what, of like what's inside of it. I've been in many schools to know what a school looks like. I mean, it's just common knowledge at this point. You got the cafeteria, the main office, the classrooms, an outside area, courtyard like I have right now. That's pretty much it. Maybe I'll put a teacher's lounge, and that'll be it. It's really easy. And oh my god, so and during March, like my last video, I promised that in June I would be touring my Wayne Manor, but the interior is still not complete. And it has mostly to do with the furniture designs, which give me a headache. I am not good with furniture designs in Minecraft. The rooms are basically done. The issue is moving in furniture, or in this case, building furniture, because obviously it's Minecraft, so I have to build beds and other stuff. So that's what's delaying me. But in terms of rooms, there is nothing else that I'm gonna build inside of the mansion. So that's basically it. I hope that I want to aim 2 more videos after this one before summer ends, because I'll be starting college soon, and it'll be a lot trickier uploading videos because obviously I would have to prioritize assignments, exams, and other stuff, any other things that falls in between that category. So if you want to, get more updates, consider subscribing, liking, share if you enjoy, as your support is truly, truly appreciated. Gotham Dragon out.